I built Taylor Swift's new album, The Tortured Poets Department, in The Sim. Inside, there's 16 rooms, one for each song. Now here's some build stats. The build time came in at 4 hours and 34 minutes, and the total cost was 275,000 simoleons. Alright, let me take you on a tour as I go room by room through all 16 songs of The Tortured Poets Department. Oh, and I'll be your host this evening. My name is Ryan. Cheers! Alright, so this is the exterior of the building. I wanted it to be sort of like an office building, like a department, but I wanted it to be in a city, and I didn't want it to be too boring, kind of like the office building that you see off to the right over there. I wanted it to be more elegant and more regal, to be pure white, just like the color of the album, hence my white sweatshirt. And I wanted it to look a little bit fancy, but not too crazy. So this is the exterior of the build. I had a lot of fun with it. I really like those like white spikes that I put on the sides of the building. They're actually like an art sculpture, and I just copied it a bunch of times and made this like really cool artistic free flowing upward spiral shape that really kind of gives the building some character. We've got this little mannequin over here in the corner. The property is surrounded by a white fence and a bunch of white flowers, and then we have these gorgeous fountains in the entrance area, two piles of stacked rocks, and then a gorgeous white entrance with a very fancy door and awning. And I love the detail in the front of this building as well. You can see it in the windows, the etching on the columns, and the frieze around the building. And then yeah, this is a shot of like the whole building. It's 4 stories, and here's a little side profile for you as well. All right, let's head inside to the first track, the first room, Fortnite. So the cool thing about making this build is that we don't have the songs yet. Obviously the album's not out yet, so there's not much to go off of. So I had to use my imagination for a few of these. So the first track is called Fortnite. A fortnight is a period of 2 weeks, and for me, the way I'm interpreting that is there was some sort of 2-week period that was really significant in the relationship, whether that be the last 2 weeks of the relationship, a point in the relationship where 2 weeks were like extremely hard and difficult. Not quite sure what the 2 weeks are or what they stand for, but I really wanted to emphasize that a fortnight is 2 weeks and it's a period of time. So I put all of these clocks right here on the wall. And then a fortnight is also like a more English medieval type of term, and it just reminds me of like castles in medieval times. So I took the idea of having like a throne room with like a sort of like a medieval theme. So we've got some knights, we've got some cool architecture like this, we've got like a carpet going to the throne, and of course the backsplash is all of these clocks here. The next track is the title track, The Tortured Poets Department. So I literally made a department like in an office building. So we've got 4 different like desks going on here. We got some filing cabinets in the middle, and then here is where I would imagine the poet sits, and this could be like the chairman of the Tortured Poets Department, like we saw in the teaser that Taylor posted. And this desk is very much a poet's desk. You'll see there's a notebook here, there's letters, pencils, a quill, and a typewriter. And then in the background, you'll see all sorts of like tomes and books and everything. And then one of my favorite features, which I think is probably my favorite feature in this entire build, is these swords that are like pointing at the poet. They're floating, it's magical. It's metaphorical, it's representing the torturedness that the poet goes through. So that's just like one of my favorite features. I think it's, I don't know, I thought it was pretty creative doing that. All right, a lot of these songs I had to take pretty literally in the build because it's kind of hard. They're very obscure names. So this one is track 3, and it's My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. So I literally just made a children's room with lots of toys, and I put literally every single toy like in The Sims just scattered throughout this build. This is another one that I took quite literally, and it's Down Bad, track 4. and I didn't know really how to represent that other than taking it literally and putting a hole in the floor. So it's like you're down bad, like you're falling down in a hole, you are down bad literally. So here's that room with the hole. Going upstairs, we have track 5. Track 5 is typically Taylor's most personal song on the album, and it's called So Long London. So I made a English, British, London themed room. We've got Big Ben in the center. Of course, we've got a telephone booth. We got some crown jewels. I got creative and I made my own double-decker bus by stacking 2 toy cars on top of each other, and some tea, of course, and like the king and the queen over here. And this is a feature that I actually really liked as well. Since the song is called So Long London, I have her flying out of the room, like literally flying out of the room into the next room on an airplane, like literally saying, "So long, London. I'm out. I'm scared for this song." Track 6 is called But Daddy I Love Him, and this is what a lot of people are thinking is a quote from The Little Mermaid. So I tried my best to recreate that scene, and in that scene, Ariel is behind like a frozen like statue of Prince Eric, I think his name is, and she's behind him saying like, "But Daddy I love him." And Poseidon, I think, is like, "Well, if you want to be with him, you have to like lose your voice or whatever." So this is like the frozen Prince Eric, and it's like tropical themed, like ocean themed. Track 8 is called Fresh Out the Slammer. What a great title, I love that. So for this one, I built a jail cell, as you can see here, and then like the police station on the outside, and then the jail cell is open, so it's like she's like fresh out of the slammer, or he, I'm not sure who it's about. Track 8 is called Florida with 3 exclamation points featuring Florence and the Machine. I'm so excited for this song. I think it's going to be an absolute banger. I think it's going to be so much fun. So I built a Florida themed room here. Lots of Florida things, surfboard, a floaty, a pool. Actually put a crocodile in this pool, so when you're in live mode you should see like a crocodile coming up through here. Track 9 is called Guilty as Sin. So for this one I built a courtroom, and there's like a scale there, there's a judge's desk, and then there's like a bunch of benches as you would see in a courtroom. And track 10 is called Who's Afraid of Little Old Me. So for this one I have this mannequin up here on this platform, and it's like representative of Taylor, and it's small and tiny obviously, and it's shining down. There's a light shining down on it, so it's like, who's afraid of little old me? Like, look how innocent I look. Track 11 is called I Can Fix Him, No Really I Can, and this one I have a broken fossil on this tool table, and there's all these different tools. There's a hammer, there's a wrench, there's a blowtorch, and the fossil is kind of represented by like, it's something that's super old, it's ancient, it's broken beyond repair, there's no going back, but Taylor's like, no, I can fix it, like I really can, but you probably won't, as you know. That's the answer. Track 12 is called LOML, which most people are assuming stands for Love of My Life. So for this one I made a little heart with all these roses and put a bouquet of roses in the middle, and there's like this little teddy bear and like this heart sign, and it's all like romantic, or love of my life. Track 13 is called I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, and I think a lot of people are assuming that this one has to do with the Eras tour and her like breaking up with Joe right before the Eras tour, and this song is probably about her saying, all right, I can do it with a broken heart. So I built a stage, and there's a piano and a guitar for like her acoustic set, and then there's this box of tissues on the piano because she's sad and her heart's broken. Track 14 is called The Alchemy, and I have a feeling this might be one of my favorite songs. I love anything having to do with magic. Like, ooh, I just eat that up. I had so much fun building this room. It's all magical themed. There's like a bunch of potions, and there's like a scale and all these flowers, and a crystal right here, so it's very magical. And then alchemy is the act of turning like something like lead or like metal into gold. So we have a cauldron where that happened. There was some alchemy going on here, and now there's bars of gold. Track 15 is called Clara Bow, and Clara Bow was a silent actress in the 1920s doing silent films, and so I built a movie set. So here's like the actual like technical like movie set. Over here we got the cameras, we got all the equipment and the wardrobe as well. And then over here we have like the actual movie set going on. I think this one's gonna be pretty interesting because it's like she's like a silent actress, so like I wonder if like the silence has anything to do with Taylor and like how she's feeling, if there'll be like some sort of theme that carries over with that. And then the final track, track 16, is actually like a bonus track, but it's called The Manuscript. It sounds like a very fitting title to end the album, called The Tortured Poets Department. It's like, all right, here's like the manuscript, like this is the end, this is it. So I put like manuscript like up here, under like this artistic light, and a manuscript is like something that's like written by hand. So we're gonna pretend that's like a handwritten book. It looks like it could be. So that was my build, the Tortured Poets Department, built in The Sims. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really appreciate if you watched it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh my god, I'm so excited for the album. I cannot wait for it to come out. And I just had to contain my excitement somehow, and I did it by building. So, alright, thanks for watching, and have a good one. Bye!